Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Kol Lo Yamla, Adonai Yahweh, Bashem Shalom Yahushai, Bashem Kakadash, double honor to the apostles and elders, millstone, peace and salvation, hope for Allah, Shalom. And the title of this video is going to be Judgment on Easter. And I know Easter was yesterday, which was Sunday, but you're starting to see more people getting judged and judged every single day, and the Most High ain't playing. He's starting to increase the amount of deaths, and especially in Jacob's Trouble, you're just gonna see that happening way more, because you already see a lot of news reports about it. You could just search it up on Google and watch, and you're gonna see a lot of reports on deaths, even on holidays, and even on high holy days, which is the holidays that we supposed to be doing, like the Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Breads, which just passed last week. Pretty much Friday, that's where the Passover ended, and even people dying on that time too, and the Most High, he's the one sanctioning all the deaths, and you got people that over here taking part of this pagan holiday called Easter, which is the worship of Semiramis, which is Nimrod's mother, and that's like going back to that pagan worship of Nimrod's mother Semiramis, and it's the worship of Ishtar, which is Ashtaroth, and the Easter bunny, because Ishtar is like the goddess of fertility, they said, and it pretty much still goes back to Nimrod's mother's worship. And it says right here, and at least 20 killed on Australian roads in horror Easter weekend. And it says a severe rain bomb has triggered a mass Easter rush across Queensland's southeast, already recording 4 deaths and sparking further threats of flash flooding. At least 20 people have been killed on Australian roads this Easter long weekend, with thousands still to travel home on busy highways tonight. The number of people killed on the roads this Easter has spiraled in comparison to last year's long weekend total of just 6 fatalities. And by 3 p.m., New South Wales had recorded the most fatalities in the country, with 6 deaths, including a young child who was one of 3 people killed when a car left the road and hit a tree. 5 people have been killed on Victorian roads and 4 in Queensland. There were 2 deaths in Western Australia and 1 person killed in South Australia, Tasmania, and Northern Territory. Police are worried that heavy rainfall set to strike southeast Queensland tonight will cause hazardous driving conditions as thousands depart the Sunshine Coast and Gold Coast and drive home. The high number of fatalities this year has surpassed the 19 people killed on Australian roads over Easter in 2019. The low figure recorded last year, just 6 deaths, may have partly been the result of fewer people traveling because of the national coronavirus lockdown. So, 2 dead, 2 hospitalized after crash in Burnsville, Minnesota on Easter Sunday. 2 people have died and 2 others were transported to the hospital after a crash in Burnsville, Minnesota on Sunday. 1 man dead after Easter morning house fire on Highway 11 in Spartanburg County, coroner says. Spartanburg County deputies said Monday that the deadly fire on Easter Sunday does not appear to be intentionally set. Lieutenant Kevin Bobo said the fire at home on Highway 11 appears to have started in a kitchen near an enclosed sunroom in the back of the home. At this time, the cause of the fire hasn't been determined, but there isn't any evidence to suggest the fire was intentionally set or that the victim's death was at the hands of another, Bobo said in a news release. Coroner Rusty Clevenger identified the victim as James Robert Madison Jr., 47, of Inman, who lived in the home. Clevenger said Madison was found inside the home after the fire. And it says, Easter tragedy. Pregnant woman shot to death during incident on West Houston Road. The victim's boyfriend claims he was in an altercation with a stranger at a convenience store moments before the shooting occurred on Richmond Avenue, HPD said. Houston police released news details Monday in shooting of a pregnant woman killed Easter Sunday in West Chase area. Investigators have identified the victim as Brianna Navarro. She was killed on 22. She was killed in a possible drive-by shooting at 1:10 p.m. Sunday in the 200 block of Richmond Avenue. The victim's boyfriend claims he had an altercation with a stranger at a convenience store shortly before the incident. According to police, investigators said the couple who had a small child with them then drove away. HPD report a person in a dark-colored coupe opened fire on the couple's car. One bullet pierced through the trunk of the vehicle. Navarro, who was sitting in front of the passenger seat, was reportedly shot in the back. Investigators said paramedics who were in the area quickly came to the victim's aid. They were able to pull Navarro from the vehicle and place her on the sidewalk, but according to the police, she had already passed away. Navarro was 6 months pregnant, according to officials. The boyfriend and child were not injured, police said. HPD said the boyfriend is cooperating with the investigation. A GoFundMe campaign has been started to help the victim's family pay for funeral expenses. As of Monday, it has raised more than $5,100 towards its $10,000 goal to donate. According to the organizer, who identified themselves as the victim's cousin, the child in the car was Navarro's 2-year-old. And this is the last one before I get on scriptures. 2 death, Yasharahla, 2 shot, 2 death, 4 injured during separate Easter weekend shooting in Baltimore, police said. After a man was killed in the shooting Saturday afternoon, 4 more men were injured and another died in 5 separate incidents in Baltimore spanning a less than 12-hour period, city police said. Police said 4 of the shootings happened between 10:15 p.m. Saturday and 3:15 a.m. Sunday, with all of the men ending up at hospitals for gunshot wounds. Then on Easter Sunday, police said they were patrolling the 2400 block of Pennsylvania Avenue in West Baltimore when they heard gunshots ring out. They found a man shot multiple times, and he was later pronounced dead at an area hospital. At least 3 of the victims of the nighttime shooting suffered injuries that were not considered life-threatening, while the condition of a 4th was not immediately clear, Sunday police said. The outburst of gunfire piled onto an already violent Easter weekend in Baltimore, where a shooting Saturday afternoon left a 31-year-old man dead. There was also a deadly carjacking and non-fatal shooting on Friday. Police officers in the Northeast District responded around 10:19 p.m. Saturday to the 2000 block of Bel Air Road to investigate a shooting, department said in a statement. There, the officers found a man who had been shot once in his right thigh. Police said he was taken to a hospital in district shooting. Detectives opened an investigation. About 30 minutes later, police officers in Northwest District were sent to the 3200 block of Tioga Parkway to look into a shooting. A 41-year-old man had been shot multiple times, and emergency medical services personnel took him to the hospital. Police said shooting detectives from the Northwest District assumed the investigation. Then there was approximately 4-hour pause in the shootings, according to police. Alright, let's sit on that. So right here it says in Judges chapter 2 verse 13, and they forsook the Lord and served Baal and Ashtaroth, and the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel, and he delivered them into the hands of spoilers that spoiled them, and he sold them into the hand of their enemies round about, so that they could not any longer stand before their enemies. Whithersoever they went out, the hand of the Lord was against them for evil, as the Lord had said, and as the Lord had sworn unto them, and they were greatly distressed. Nevertheless, the Lord raised up judges, which delivered them out of the hand of those that spoiled them. And yet they would not hearken unto their judges, but they went a whoring after other gods, and bowed themselves unto them. They turned quickly out of the way which their fathers walked in, obeying the commandments of the Lord, but they did not so. And when the Lord raised them up judges, then the Lord was with the judge, and delivered them out of the hand of the enemies all the days of the judge. For they repented the Lord because of the groanings by reason of them that oppressed them and vexed them. So You see, and this is the same thing was coming to these people today, which is mostly our people, which is 2/3 mainly. They're not listening to the words of the Lord. They're following after these pagan holidays, and that's the reason why you see on the news reports why you think a lot of death be happening, because they're not following after the Lord's commandments. And then you have the men of the Lord on the highways and byways teaching you, trying to give you that light, which is this truth, trying to give you the understanding of the Bible, trying to give you precepts and scriptures about why you shouldn't be following these wicked holidays, why you shouldn't be doing these holidays. But yet you people, y'all still want to take part of these wicked holidays, and y'all still want to be going on social media taking pictures, and even these fucking harlot houses, which is these churches, they have the children playing Easter eggs, like coloring eggs and trying to basically have like an Easter bunny. They're taking part of these wicked festivals, and the Most High ain't pleased with it. When y'all know y'all dumbasses are supposed to be taking part of the Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Breads, y'all over here taking part of a heathen custom that wasn't really meant for our people to be following after anyway. And this is another one that they did. This wickedness, it says in Jeremiah 7:18, the children gathered wood and the fathers kindled the fire, and the woman knead their dough to make cakes to the Queen of Heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto other gods, that they may provoke me to anger. Do they provoke me to anger, saith the Lord? Do they not provoke themselves to the confusion of their own faces? Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my anger and my fury shall be poured out upon this place, upon man, and upon beast, and upon the trees of the field, and upon the fruit of the ground, and it shall burn, and it shall not be quenched. And thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, put your burnt offerings unto your sacrifice, and eat flesh. For I spake not unto your fathers, nor commanded them in the day I brought them out of the land of Egypt concerning burnt offerings or sacrifices. But this thing commanded I them, saying, Obey my voice, and I'll be your God, and ye shall be my people, and walk ye in all the ways that I have commanded you, that it may be well unto you. But they hearkened not, nor inclined their ear, but walked in the counsels and in the imagination of their evil heart, and went backward and not forward. Since the day that your fathers came forth out of the land of Egypt unto this day I have even sent unto you all my servants the prophets, daily rising up early and sending them. Yet they hearkened not unto me, nor inclined their ear, but hardened their neck. They did worse than their fathers. Therefore thou shalt speak all these words unto them, but they will not hearken to thee. Thou shalt call unto them, but they will not answer thee. But thou shalt say unto them, This is a nation that obeyeth not the voice of the Lord their God, nor receiveth correction. Truth is perished, and is cut off from their mouth. Yep. And this is the thing about most of our people. They're stubborn. They don't want to follow after the words of the Heavenly Father. And scriptures will say that men love darkness rather than light. And that's the reason why the Lord has to judge this place. And that darkness is representing pretty much all the false philosophies, all the bullshit lies that ye shall be teaching, because when we were born, we were just, basically brought up and raised on lies. We was taught and conditioned to doing everything Esau wanted us to do, like with these pagan holidays, and then going school, basically, then going to high school, going to college, getting a job. Basically, we're just taught on basically how to be conditioned in Esau's system, and then he conditions you with a whole bunch of lies so that you will be so accustomed to the lies and used to it that you wouldn't really want to accept the truth, And that's why we always say the truth is only given to the elect. It's only meant for the elect, And these people, since they love darkness, that's another plague that the Most High has to bring, because he brought that on the Egyptians, on the so-called Sudanese, which were the Egyptians back then. He brought it upon them, the gross darkness, like that covered the land for a few days, and death of the firstborn. That's the plague that the Most High caused. So when he sent that death angel, he was really also sending like monstrous apparitions to torment these people. And that's what the Most High is finna do again. Y'all people want to take part of Easter, Halloween, Christmas, all these other pagan holidays, and y'all boast with pride, taking pictures, dressing up in the costumes, you know. And you think the Most High is really pleased with these things? Hell no. He's really just ready to just kill you, stupid ass people, you know. And you tell people like that you're taking part of a pagan holiday that has nothing to do with the Bible at all, and especially our people this has nothing to do with your custom. You're supposed to be taking part of the Passover and taking part of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. They don't want to listen and they don't want to hear it, like the scripture says, and they're not hearkening unto the words. The only time Jake is gonna ever respect this truth is when they see mass death happening, and when they see that the Most High is just bringing forth judgment left and right. They have to see it happening consistently. And when they see that consistent death, that's when Jake is gonna try to find they want to try to find a way to basically prevent this from happening. And then it's like, they're not going to be finding this truth, because the Most High is going to very soon withdraw his prophets, and you're not going to be able to go on the internet. You're not going to be able to go on YouTube or Google, search the word. You're not going to be able to find it on any other social media platforms, if there are even there during the famine of the word. The Most High is going to actually do away with the whole internet. He's going to use Esau to do these things, because it's like, you niggas, y'all don't get it. And the only time y'all gonna ever respect is when you see violence. And that's what the Most High is gonna do. He's gonna bring a lot of violence. You already saw the death reports that I mentioned on the news when I searched it up on Easter. And that's how the Most High is. It tells you Amos 3:6, he causes evil in the land. He says, shall there be evil in the land and I, the Lord, have not done it? Christians will let that fly by their fucking stupid ass eyes, and they try to overlook those scriptures, and they try to find every scripture in the book that talks about love, love, love. The Most High is a balance. He can't be all love. He's a balance of emotions. So yeah. But that's it on that. Hope I made the lesson edifying. Let's give all glory, praise, honor to Adonai, Yahweh, Bashem, Shamalak, Yahushua, Bashem, Kakadash, Tabanos to the apostles, Elsewhere, Millstone, Peace, Teacher, Elect, Yahweh, Shema, Shah, Shalak, Ram, Adawam, Yamwa, Abba, Shalom.